Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be starting the waterfall portion of Oregon. So I've actually been to a few waterfalls already. I went to Salt Creek Falls, which is the second tallest waterfall in the entire state, so I'll show you guys those photos now. And I also went to Toketee Falls, which was also pretty cool, and I'll show you guys those as well. But I didn't film those days. Today I am starting to film, and the next few days essentially is all waterfall photography. Right now I am on the hike to Proxy Falls. It's about 20 minutes on this long, windy road through the forest. It was fairly easy to find. There's a big parking lot, big signs and everything, so it doesn't seem that popular. The parking lot wasn't even full, so there's probably like 6 or 7 cars here. Granted, it is the middle of the day and it is 90 degrees outside, so I'm kind of looking forward to going into the river to take some photos. So coming up, we have a lot of waterfalls that you've definitely seen photos of, and I'll talk to you guys when I go to the other waterfalls. Later today, after Proxy Falls here, we're going to be going to Lower Soda Creek Falls. So yeah, everything in Oregon looks pretty sick, so I'm just going to show you guys around. Hopefully we get some pretty cool waterfall photos. So let's head that way, and I'll talk to you guys at the falls. Okay, so we made it to the falls, as you can see. I don't actually have to completely get in the water to take these photos. Yeah, I'm basically on a little kind of outcropping, standing on some sturdy rocks, nothing slippery, and I'm surprisingly out of the mist. Most of the mist from the falls is going to my right, so I think this is a great spot to set up the camera. I just gotta find the right composition, because right now the top of the falls really aren't that photogenic because they're getting a really harsh sunlight. Luckily on the lower half of the falls, the light isn't that bad, so it's mostly in the shade. We'll be able to get a long exposure, so I think this is gonna work out really well. I just gotta get low and get a lot of this rushing water in the foreground leading up to that log that I'll probably be standing on, and then the falls in the background. So we're not actually getting the entire waterfall in the photo, but that's okay, because I think most of the photos that I've seen from this location are kind of just the lower half and down. So yeah, it's really an emphasis on all this beautiful green moss that's on everything around here. Everywhere. So yeah, I would definitely recommend being careful here though, because the moss is slippery as hell. I'm gonna get the camera set up. I'll place you guys to the side so you can see what I'm doing, but I probably won't talk to you guys again because it's pretty loud and I'm like yelling right now. So let's take some photos. Okay guys, so we made it back to the car. So I spent like 2.5 hours here. So from here, I'm driving to Lower Soda Creek Falls, and I think I'm just gonna find somewhere free in the area to camp. Okay, so guys, I am all set up at camp at Cascadia State Park Campground. Essentially, it's the campground right below Lower Soda Falls. So I got the last campsite. That was really lucky. And now it's like 8:30 at night, but the sun hasn't completely set yet. So I still have some decent, well, at least subtle, nice forest lighting right now. So I'm doing the hike up to the falls, and hopefully we get some good photos. I think it's only like a mile to get up there, or a mile to get up and back. So, okay, talk to you guys at the waterfall. Okay guys, I'm dripping with sweat. I rushed up here mainly because, like I said, it's still bright outside, but here in the forest is much darker than it is outside of the forest. So luckily the waterfall is in a pretty open area, and I feel like it's the type of waterfall that fits this area really well. I don't know how I'm gonna capture it in a photo, but if you can see down below the waterfall between that rock, there is a little bit of a waterfall below it, so maybe I'll get that in the foreground pointing kind of like almost straight up towards the main falls. But yeah, I'm not really sure, so I'm gonna get set up real quick and I'll show you guys those photos, and then that's gonna be it for today, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow when we got a few more waterfalls to photograph. Welcome to day 2 of photographing waterfalls here in Oregon. Right now I am at Silver Falls State Park. I'm coming up to Lower South Falls, which I believe is like the main waterfall here. And so I'm gonna take some photos here and then head up to the North Falls. And I think I'm going to hike along this trail to the Lower South Falls as well. So we've got a lot of waterfalls coming up here at Silver Falls State Park. Okay, as you can see behind me, the lighting still on that rock wall that I want in the frame. And it's also hitting a little bit of the waterfall at the top. So, not really gonna get the full effect of a long exposure right now. and it probably won't look that good with really bright and really dark on one side. So I think I'm gonna hike back to the car, drive 2 miles to the North Falls, and see if that lighting looks a little bit better, and then I'll come back down here. I have a parking pass for the entire day. It is 6:20 and I don't have anywhere to camp tonight. That's the plan right now. So no photos on this section of the hike, but we're coming back. So don't worry, I still will be showing you photos of these falls. Okay, we made it to the North Falls parking lot, North Falls Trail, crossing a bridge to start, and I actually had to change my shirt after hiking up the cliff on the other hike. I was so sweaty, and it's so hot out still. This is not the best night for me to not have a specific place picked out to sleep. But yeah, I think it's a fairly short hike to get to the falls. Hopefully these aren't in the sunlight. If they are, I'm gonna take a photo anyway. I'm not coming back up here. Gonna do these, head back down to the other waterfalls. So I'll show you guys what I come up with here. We are in luck. The falls and everything around them is in the shade, so we can actually get some photos here. Okay guys, so right now this is the setup. So I'm right here on the side of the falls, and I have my Z6 II. I've got a polarizer. I've used a polarizer pretty much every location we've been to in this waterfall episode. Basically, it just makes the green so much more vibrant. All the mist and everything that's leaving a bit of a shine on everything around the waterfall is getting removed. The dark rocks are more dark, so it has more contrast with the white water. So I highly recommend a polarizer to anybody doing waterfall photos. We made it back to the South Falls. The lighting is much nicer now. The sun has set behind these hills, so there's no more harsh sunlight. And I'm hiking back down to, I'm probably gonna shoot both sides. So I'm gonna do the left side first, next to the falls, and then go over to the right side. And I shall show you guys the photos that I'm getting. I'm at Wahkeena Falls. I drove to the parking lot of Multnomah Falls. They're only a quarter mile away from each other, super easy to get to, right off the highway, right next to the Columbia River. Luckily here it's only 87 degrees right now at 8 p.m. But earlier today, like I said, it was like 115. So it's like perfect timing right now to photograph both these waterfalls. So I'm doing Wahkeena Falls first, and then I'm waiting for Multnomah Falls, the parking lot, to clear out. So I'm gonna pack up my stuff. Let's hit the trails, and I'll talk to you guys at the falls. So guys, I'm here shooting at Multnomah Falls. I had a great sunset. I didn't talk to you guys during the sunset. There was a lot of other people here, but now the sun has set completely. It was lighting up the entire wall, the entire rock wall there, and now the sun has gone down, getting some long exposures. I've gotten a few good breaks in the crowd, so I've gotten a few shots without anybody on the bridge. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You kind of just walk up to the really easy lookout and you get the best view. Yeah, I'm pretty much done here. I'm wrapping it up, taking a few last long exposures, and then gonna head back to the car and back to the motel.